Okay, so here's my backyard here. I got a nice big clear sky, not many clouds going on. It's about 10:30 in the morning. The temperature right now is about 69 degrees. It should get up to 77 today. But a high UV index of 9, which I think will work for us. And a light breeze though. So that's actually something you want to consider when you're solar cooking. You don't want your actual solar cookers to get blown away. But I've set everything up. I got the plexiglass. What you want to also get is some wood blocks to kind of move and adjust your solar cookers. The parabolic solar cooker seems to be pretty set up right now at where it is. But the other two I'm probably going to set up with blocks. And by the way, so I ended up cutting the acrylic with a jigsaw with just a fine blade, and that's probably what you want to go with. Less chance of it shattering and breaking as I did before. But all right, something else you also might want to invest in is this infrared thermometer, and it shoots a laser and will tell you, how much the temperature is at different points. So I'm going to be using this periodically. It switches to Celsius too, which is pretty handy if you're between country lines, I guess. I don't know, but it's good for, I guess, scientifically if you want for data, centigrade versus Fahrenheit. Anyway, so I will be using this, and I highly recommend it. It's only like $30, and you can get it at Harbor Freight. Usually it's used for automotive, but obviously it has a perfect application for what we're doing. So I'm going to be cooking some rich and hearty potato soup for lunch this afternoon, and the soup I'm going to use the two box cookers. So the Icosahedron and the Cube will be my candidates, and I'm going to take an initial temperature right now. The parabolic, I've quickly realized, is already, I had to turn it the other way because it's already getting too hot, which I guess is a good sign. But I'm going to be using that as my water heater. So I'm going to take the initial temperatures and we'll get cooking. Alright, so everything is set up right now. I'm going to give it a few. Time right now, yeah, it's 10:46. I can see right away that the box solar cooker is probably going to be needing some adjustment as time goes on. I think all of them are going to need adjustment, but right now we are just started. So again, the time is 10:46. Let's see, the current temperature is, current temperature 67 degrees. Okay, and like I said, there's a light breeze going on now, so let's see how this goes. Alright, so my initial temperatures, once they're set up, they're just in there a couple minutes. Already the box cookers are doing about the same, as far as they're about 82 degrees Fahrenheit right now. The parabolic water heater with the spray painted black tin can, the surface of the tin can is already 160 degrees. So it's just a matter of time for now. The water temperature already has gone to about just about 80 degrees or 85 degrees. And again, this is just within the first couple minutes. We're already getting this temperature, so that's a good sign about pasteurizing the water. We'll see how the box cookers do. Okay, so it's an hour later. It is 69 degrees. Outside temperature is still very sunny, still very breezy. the parabolic heater is cranking right now. I'm not sure. I might be able to. It might be start to boil soon because it's you can see bubbles are already starting to churn up, and I'll show you. Take the camera off the stand and show that. But I'm gonna read the initial temperatures right now. Outside of the can is 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Inside is 131 degrees, 135, excuse me. .56 degrees, 57, 58. So it's very close to the 60 degrees Celsius, that's centigrade. And 136 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's very close to water pasteurization. I'll use the camera before later on to show you that there's starting to bubble a little bit slightly. The box cooker, the outside surface 83 degrees Fahrenheit. Interior about 103 degrees Fahrenheit. The Icosa is doing a little bit better with an internal temperature of 107 to 108 degrees Fahrenheit. So they say when you are cooking with these lids, you don't want to lift it obviously because you're going to be taking away the heat. But that is the temperatures an hour later, just 1 hour later, and already we have. Well, for the water, we've gone almost double the temperature, more than double the temperature that it was an hour ago. It's very close to pasteurization, and the solar cookers have also gone up about 30 degrees Fahrenheit. So check back in an hour. Okay. Also, if you just noticed too, I turned the actual cookers to follow the azimuth of the sun. So basic way you want to do that is just look at the shadow, and you want the shadow to follow the outline of your solar cooker, so that there's no shadow cast within it, and everything's going to do its work. So just a little side note there. All right, time now is 12:45. Temperature outside is 72 degrees, and let's get some readings here. The water I have at about 150 degrees Fahrenheit and 63 degrees Celsius. So this water is pretty much pasteurized, and there's some bubbles coming up. So that water is safe to drink. Box cooker. So I have 130 degrees Fahrenheit for the cube. And 138 for the Icosa. So it could be the size that it's smaller or more reflection, but the Icosa is outpacing the cube by about 8 degrees Fahrenheit. I would say the water is good to go, but I'm just going to keep recording it for the next hour just to see how high we can get. But it seems 150 degrees Fahrenheit is pretty much as high as it's going at this point. And I'm getting a little hungry, but I think I'm gonna wait until maybe the next hour and see where the soup is at, and then I'm getting a little too hungry. I think I might just have to eat that. But what's that? Okay, this is where I'm gonna end it today. The time is 1:45, and the temperature is pretty much held steady at 72 degrees. So I've also started getting more clouds in the sky. So it's kind of affected everything, and I guess the sun is pretty high up in the sky now, or the azimuth is, and that has affected the temperatures a little bit. We kind of, I think the last hour we peaked. The water temperature got to, I believe it was 150, but I wanted to zoom in here to show you that. I don't know if you can see that, but we have, you can see we have the water bubbles, or the air bubbles forming. Let's see, and this has actually cooled to 124. So earlier, before, it had gotten to, it peaked, I think, almost close to 158. It was close to 160 degrees Fahrenheit, and well over the pasteurization temperature required. So the parabolic heater definitely was cranking out the most heat in the earlier part of the day. I could probably readjust this. I think I am actually. I'm going to make another can of soup again for maybe for dinner. So by 4:30, 5 o'clock. They say the temperature the time to really cook is between 10:30 and 4:30 in the summer. As for my soups, I'm looking forward. I'm about to eat them. They have the box cooled down to 118, 120. I'm not sure exactly. That's just the outside of the can, but I'm not sure if that's the actual temperature of the soup, which could be warmer. And yeah, 120, 122 for the smaller Icosa. So that's going to be it for now. I'm going to set up a can of soup, some vegetable soup, for my parabolic, and see how fast, maybe adjust that a little bit more and see if that'll cook that up for dinner maybe. But so that has been that's the solar cooking experiment there, and certainly feasible to pasteurize the water in this setup, and definitely to heat up some soup. I was also researching the temperature that soup needs to be served at in restaurants is about 140 degrees, 135 to 145 degrees Fahrenheit. So I was just the last hour I was definitely at least at that temperature for the box cookers, the solar ovens. So all right, I'm going to enjoy my soup now and get this set up later.